Hello everybody, Dr. Bakes here, back with our reveal. And today's video was going to be my last video I'll be doing before I go on vacation, everybody, so sorry about this sticker one. But everyone knows you haven't been aware of one. I have been bringing up the different videos of one. I will be going to Universal Studios there. We'll be heading out tomorrow until we record this here, so that's right here for all everyone. So everyone, this will be the last video one, and I will be doing some more videos when I come back, everybody. I'll have an announcement for I'll be going on October, everybody. So, but I'll say that for when I come back there. So, everybody, I'll be gone for about a week there. I'll be back with the announcement here when I do come back there from vacation, some of that. So, yeah. Anyways, everybody, today's video one, like the last one before I go on vacation one, it'll be another review, everybody. Everyone, I'll be doing another anime series review one. And so everybody, I'll be looking at anime that's gotten quite popular in the past couple years, by that being Solo Leveling there. To get started for what hopefully lasts for a bit. Anyways, everyone, for those of you who aren't aware, Solo Leveling, like I said, it's been an anime series that's been popping off popularity for quite recently, everybody. I've heard from some friends of mine, everyone's seen it there, so it's really good. And it did end up winning Anime of the Year earlier this year. Well, I have heard some divisiveness about that one, since, Crunchyroll's Anime Awards are fan voted there, but some other people felt like that award should go out to some other anime that was released around the same time, like Reread or Kaiju Raid or Dun Dun, just to name a few there. But my curiosity did peak quite a bit more there when I heard about that for some level there, so... So I wanted to make sure to have a chance to watch it there and check out for myself. I had a chance to watch both seasons 1 and 2. So here to give my thoughts on it for y'all. Sorry again from everyone. Hopefully the last bit. I kind of give my take on whether the popularity it's gained was warranted or not. So as usual, we'll be doing plot summary, pros and cons, and overall follow thoughts and recommendation. I guess overall everyone. Hopefully the last one bit. Okay. Alright, hopefully that's the last one. It was first off, plus everybody. Solo Leveling 1 takes place in a world by where humans fight a bunch of monsters there, that come through their worlds there. They popped up out of nowhere there. Some humans managed to gain different powers there, stuff like that. So it ended up opening up jobs there for hunters to go into the portals there and take out the monsters and take whatever goods are within those portals there. The story primarily focuses on Sun Jin-woo, who at first isn't that strong of a hunter there, and some people even named him the weakest hunter in the world. But that all would change there with Sun Jin-woo, him surviving a counter there, in a secret dungeon there, in a portal he has probably explored there. Some people ended up dying there, but people escaped and survived. And Sun Jin-woo was found as a survivor there, like the dungeon disappeared there, stuff like that. And as some time progressed there, Sun Jin-woo ended up changing, different things changed about there. He's got taller, stronger there, and he's unlocked different powers and abilities there. And he's the only one that notices there, but he also gradually levels up there like a main character in a video game. So, the series focuses around Sun Jin-woo there. Worry about these new powers of his there. Becoming progressively stronger. Make sure to support him and his family. And also be weary of sharing the knowledge and different powers and abilities he gains throughout the series. So, you for all the appropriate one. Hopefully, last one bit. Anyways, that's pretty much a summary for the plot for Solo Leveling 1. Now, on to pros and cons here. Now, in short, what did I think about Solo Leveling there? Was it a good show? Was it worth the popularity? Well, everyone's short answer was, I had a very fun time watching Solo Leveling 1, and after seeing both seasons, I can definitely see why this show has gotten quite a bit of attention there. So now, there are some things, I talk about cons or one, but in general, I think Solo Leveling is a very enjoyable show. First, everybody, when it comes to animation, Solo Leveling has a great animation, and the colors are done very well. It has a good balance between lighting and darkness there for animation. Their movements are done very well, and the action scenes are very nicely done, everyone. Sorry, what I'm saying there. Now, I can definitely see if someone did like a list there of potential best anime fights there for the 2020s. I can definitely see quite a few fights for Solo Leveling making that list there. That's how good different different fight scenes were animation-wise there in Solo Leveling. As for soundtrack by Solo Leveling, like I said, my Bleach review one, normally don't talk about too much about the soundtrack by, anime did generally have a pretty good soundtrack there. Solo Leveling, no exception there, has very catchy opening there, very catchy ending themes there for both seasons, and a good balance there with sound mixing there, so, and make sure the music works well for the different moments and stuff like that there, so yeah. So sound mixing and, soundtrack quality are very well for Solo Leveling. Sorry for everyone. And Fire by is the overall story and characters are by, Now everyone, the overall story by Solo Leveling, everyone, it's nothing too complex everybody. Like I said, some stuff with Sun Jin-woo there. It also focuses on different people fighting against the monsters there and whatnot. It's nothing crazy we haven't seen before there, but it does a very well job with its story. The story is trying to tell there. Sun Jin-woo is a very likable main character there, and you really do feel for the guy there, and the story does a very good job with having you get invested with his story there. The best way to describe Sun Jin-woo is that he's kind of like a more serious Saitama from One Punch Man there, where he does, or he's not, or he's taken more seriously there, and he's not as OP as Saitama, so Sanju, he's a very well done main character there, and the side characters are pretty well, very Tierwood. Can't pick an overall favorite at the time we record this for the side characters there, but the show does a pretty good job balancing this stuff out with Sanju, and also you focus on other characters there. You get to learn more about them and why they become hunters there, so yeah, and do their different things they do within the hunter business there, whatnot. So yeah. So the show does a very good job balancing things out with the characters there, and does a pretty good job getting you invested with the characters and to be likable and stuff like that. There was one character I didn't necessarily dislike, but I did find a little disappointing there. I will talk about that when we get to cards there, but in general, one, the show does a very good job with the characters there, and does a very good job with the overall story there. And does do a pretty good job setting things up there for Season 3 there. While I did conclude, like, the main focus for the first 2 seasons there was with the ants and the monsters on that one island there. It did also do a pretty good job setting things up for the future there. I am going to be intrigued to see what Season 3 will be bringing along once it does come out. Sorry, but when that's pretty much it for pros and cons, everybody. Sorry, everybody makes some right for everyone. That's it for pros, everybody. Now to talk about some of the cons, everyone. As well, Solo Leveling does do a lot of things right, everybody. There are some things to bring up criticism-wise there. Nothing really to break away from the overall journal of the show there, but I get to see some things people bring up there. Now, first, everybody, memory's a little fuzzy on his name there, but there was one character introduced in Season 1 there. That was a brother of this one guy who was the leader of a group there of hunters that tried to take down other people there and take the loot for themselves or whatnot. Sun Jiwoo and his friend of his there were going to be the early targets there, but Sun Jiwoo ended up taking them out one by one. And Sun Jiwoo taking the leader of the guy there, and the leader of that group was the guy's brother there. And one character there is like hyped up there to be like one of the strongest hunters there in the world. So he ends up traveling over to Korea, where Sun Jiwoo and a lot of the other characters live at there. And he goes over there, his main person there, to try to look for Sun Jiwoo and his friend to go kill them there, and avenge his brother. So the show was kind of hyping him up a little bit there, and they would kind of set up a fight between the two of them there, but that doesn't really happen, everybody. There's another character that gets introduced there by that has ties to Sun Jiwoo. Won't go into detail who is or what's for spoilers there. Try to keep this review as spoiler free as possible there, but they bring in the one guy to interrogate. The guy has connections to Sun Jiwoo, although the others don't know about it there. Yeah, but the guy does tell the one guy who's trying to kill Sun Jiwoo about his connections there, and that leads to a fight there, and the fight happens off screen, and the one guy gets his butt kicked there by the family member of Sun Jiwoo. And it just felt like you guys were hyping him up there, and him be a major threat that Sun Jiwoo was potentially going to deal with there, and he gets bodied by someone who was just introduced there off screen. I mean, now, they might do something to make kind of back to Season 3 or 1, but from what I saw in Season 1, 2, everybody felt a little disappointed there. They were hyping this guy up there, and he gets his butt kicked there, by the other character there. He was supposed to be, hyped there as like a major opponent there for Sun Jiwoo to eventually face. So, yeah, that was a little disappointing there. The second one, everybody, and not the two major one, and I'm sure some of you see the memes out there that people have made for a solo one and Sun Jiwoo there, but there was a lot of talk of Solo Leveling having aura farming moments there. Now, for those who aren't too familiar with aura farming, everybody, it's basically when the character takes a while to do something there to make certain moments more impactful there, and for the most part, the aura farming moments are done well there. They didn't mind them too much there, And as you can see, some people say that's probably a common thing in different animes there, depending on which animes you watch. But there were definitely some parts where a certain thing could have finished if Sun Jiwoo arrives quicker there. Like I said, we'll try to keep this as spoiler-free as possible there. But, when a lot of the strongest different hunters, different countries go over to the island with the monsters there, Sun Jiwoo initially doesn't join up with them there, but they eventually does decide to join with them there, when they probably could have gotten the fight done a lot quicker there if he just joined in the first place there. It just felt kind of pointless as to, why he decided not to go initially there, then just really show up. That was a little bit awkward there, so yeah. It kind of take me a little bit out of the moment there, so. And the last one, everybody, it's not the major, everybody, but I have seen some people make some comparisons, everybody, with the ant monster things there from Solo Leveling to the Kimahri ants from Hunter x Hunter there. And I have seen some people accuse Solo Leveling of copying too much of that there. And while I wouldn't necessarily go as far as say they were trying to copy the Kimahri ant there from Hunter x Hunter there, I can kind of see the comparisons there. So I have seen Hunter x Hunter there, and as watching Solo there, I can definitely see the similarities and comparison people are making of the two there. But I wouldn't necessarily go full on and say that they straight up copied the Kimahri ant stuff there from Hunter x Hunter. Alright, that's pretty much it for the cards, everybody. And now on to my overall final thoughts on Recommendation 1. So overall, everyone, after seeing both seasons of Solo Leveling, I gotta say, everyone, I had a really fun time watching everybody. I can definitely see why it has garnered popularity there. Now, from everybody, I still do want to see a little bit more Mirrorwood before I say it's an all-timer for me there, so that for animes there, but I will, definitely see why it's got quite a bit of popularity there, and why people, kind of hype it up there. And for the most part, it is warranted there, Or definitely some things criticized about there. It's nothing too crazy to break down the overall experience of Solo Leveling there. For what it does very well, and it's a very enjoyable series there. For my final recommendation, I've kind of teeter-totted from watch it rate and my highest recommendation must watch it by. So for the first two seasons for the time being, I am going to give it a watch it rate there. But with the series potentially getting a must watch there, depending on how the future seasons go forward. So sorry about that there. So if you're someone that enjoys a good story there, good amount of action scenes there, I think Solo is a good watch there. But if you're someone there that's not really too much into action-based anime, or looking for something that may be a little more complex there, then I can see and not get too much into Solo there. But it's not a bad watch there. Have fun time watching there, and for the most part, I do recommend people check it out there. See it. Well, I'm pretty sure things up for my review for Solo everyone. And before I wrap things up, everyone, I do want to take this everyone to thank you everyone for watching my recent videos everyone. And everyone, I'm gonna try not to get too personal business stuff here. I know it's been a little on off for videos this past year and 2025 may not be the case for everyone there. It's definitely been an up and down year for some people there, depending on what's been going on there and what you've been following there and whatnot. And for me, everybody, 2025 has definitely been a year of adjustments for me on different things there. As y'all remember, by the beginning of the year, I brought up how I lost my grandfather at the tail end of 2024, and it was very tough on me there, and that, amongst other stuff, did affect my motivation to do YouTube videos there, and I've definitely had to adjust different things there, in the aftermath of my grandfather passing there, and some other stuff there too, But during my time away from doing YouTube, I did miss. Sorry, when first started here. Try not to get sappy here, not too much or what, but I remember how much fun I had doing YouTube. I do miss doing YouTube videos there, and I want to make sure to, get back and do it there, and make sure to keep doing them there, so because I have fun doing it there, and you'll enjoy the videos too there, So, again, everyone, thank you all very much for showing your support there, and for enjoying the videos, everyone. I said what I will make sure to keep doing YouTube videos, everyone. When I come back from vacation, I will have an announcement video, everyone. And for some of my long-time subscribers, everyone, you may have an idea on what the announcement might be there. I won't go into details about it until I come back from my vacation, everyone. So I'll be taking the next week off there for vacation stuff for everybody. When I come back, I'll be back doing YouTube stuff there, everyone. And I'll make sure to keep doing YouTube everybody and making stuff there that's enjoyable for me and for all of you out there. Once again, thank you, everyone. I'm pretty sure things up for everyone. I said everyone be back. The announcement for everyone before I come back vacation, everyone. But until everyone, for everyone. If you like saw here, make sure to like button, new channel, subscribe, notification icon, so you see uploads. I'll see you next time. Let's start making sound. Peace.